Okay. First restart the game. Whatever you did, it influences things for some reason. Do double game over storage. That means you start a new one life file. Rip. And use your save anywhere key to store up the pause menu while having movement. That way you can get a "you died" screen. You have to wait until the buttons appear and go to the main menu. That is game over storage, and we want double game over storage, so we'll do that again. Load another one live file, gain movement during the pause screen again, and die again. I'm doing it fast right now. You probably can't follow right while I'm doing it, but it'll be recorded. You can check there then. And with two "you died" screens at once open, you can start a new file. This sets you into the prologue state because you're about to watch the prologue. But you won't skip the prologue, you won't let it play out. You will use the proceed key, it has to be the proceed key, nothing else works for some reason, to try again with your "you died" screens, and you will use up both "you died" screens, because else you end up input locked and cannot move. This is the procedure this is actually the setup for prologue state. This is it. The rest is just because in this prologue state, if you collect Zen, you are trapped and can't get out. The rest is just so you can get out with Zen. To get out with Zen, you first want to get rid of this button here. This button, skip cutscene, has to go away. And the way of doing that is by manually saving. This can happen on the Spirit Well or with a Soul Link. Spirit Well is easiest though. And now you can use skip cutscene without the game soft locking. If you do it without manual save, the game soft locks. But while you're doing that, it's also convenient to produce a wisp by dying. I don't think that part is actually required for the setup, it's just really convenient, because it gives you an ability point to buy a rekindle. So this is now a slightly different state, noticeable because the skip cutscene button is gone. But it still is not persistent, and by that I mean if you would exit now and start a new file, you would be in normal state. Not an entirely normal state, but you probably wouldn't even notice the difference. Now, since you need 2 energy, you will have to dupe this energy cell once. Right here is where it gets duplicated. And equipped with 2 energy and rekindle, you can go towards Zen. You need to place a save right here to the right of the wall to clip through it later. It is between those 2 mushrooms. Don't collect Zen. What am I talking? That's the old setup. You actually don't need to collect Zen. That is the newest knowledge. You just need to go until about this point right here, so that the Rhino Wall and the energy cell reappear. Now you can get through the wall by rekindling, and you will repeat the following process 4 times. 3 times doesn't work, I tried. You place a save here. This, yeah, it has the visual cue, like the ground is a bit of an indent there. You might miss this 1 or 2 times until you get the proper location. If you get the proper location, you can collect the energy cell, which traps you, and break out through the rekindle again. So you want to set up this save again. because you will have to clip through the rhino wall. Go to here, clip through the rhino wall, break the rhino wall, set up the other save, collect energy cell and clip through the boundary traps here. That was one iteration. This will be the second. Imagine if I failed the setup now. Oh no, I should never have said that. Whatever, just continue on. Third time is happening now. I'm not really technical enough to know what that would mean, Spines. And that should be 4 times. I should be done now, but just because I really don't want to fail the trick, I'll do it a 5th time. I think 4 times should be enough. I don't know. I screwed it up once earlier. Don't want that to happen again. Okay, actually I don't need to break the rhino wall anymore because I'm done. I can just go past the rhino, collect the energy cell, do one last manual save. I will be trapped, but I will also have set up the proper state, which I can escape, which means I can now delete all these files, start a new one, hope for the best. You can, by the way, create any file with this state like that. You can create a normal file, an easy file. One life is just actually the most useful, because if you die in normal mode, the game soft locks. And if you die in one life mode, you can at least retry. And it worked. Now you just go to Zen, prepare a timed level up. Won't place the wisp right now, it's not important for the setup and usually it works without. You can, if you want, place a wisp right there to break the brambles on the jump pad later. I have areas that make certain things happen when you enter them. Okay, that makes sense. I think these were even displayed by Twilight's mod, right? So that should be checkable. And now you can finally collect Zen, kill the Fronkies with a timed level up and should be able to get out. Okay, then I have one more thing I can do after this. Because I don't think I want to do anything with the state right now. I have to lure the 3rd Fronky over. Unless, last chance for anyone if you want something tested with the state. Sure, you can now reproduce it later. Just if there's something urgent, I can do it now. If you didn't fire a single shot with Zen the whole time, you should be able to fire it right here to destroy this bramble. I think the issue was last time if you die and try again at some point, this doesn't work and you miss. But if this is your first life, you should be able to just free the jump pad. And maybe dupe the E-Sol a couple times. Well,